What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you clicked on this video, you know why you're here. On the road to 25k subs by the end of the year. Let's get it. If you like the music that you hear, click the links, it's in the description. Alright, so I got another foreign testimonial, and this one is also coming from DR. Oh man, y'all starting to give DR a little bit of hope, man. Back-to-back foreign testimonials from DR, man. I wasn't expecting that, but you know what? This is probably maybe my third or fourth DR foreign testimonial, so maybe DR isn't as bad as some people say, man. I don't know, but we're gonna go ahead and check this out, man. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
I'm gonna get into that a little later, but a little about me. I'm 31. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm an explorer, you know, I follow my heart. But yes. And wait, before I get into this, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, spread the word. You hear me? But yeah, let's get into the title, y'all. So I fell in love with a complete stranger on a dating app, which we all do. We all get lonely, you get bored, you get tired of the same situations. So you want to venture out. You want to try to see what else you got in that bag, you feel me? So yeah, the dating app I used, I was on Tagged, Tagged. This is not paid sponsorship, but that's what I used. And you know, it's decent, you know what I'm saying? You can see who in your area, you can see what's around you, you know, you can do all that other stuff. Okay, alright y'all, so go onto the app, you know, I'm doing my thing, etc. But I'm in the area, I'm in my area, of course. And something just you know, it's like try a different country, I guess you could say. So I changed my location to República Dominicana, Dominican Republic. And, you know, we matched. Boom, boom, we matched. So I'm like, cool, you know, I don't know too much Spanish at the time. But it was like, whatever, you know, let's see where this goes. So we had a small conversation. It was alright, it was dope, you know. And then we exchanged numbers. After we exchanged numbers, that's where it got real. Well, you know, I guess you could say things fell in place. So we exchanged numbers, and, you know, I work a lot, you know what I'm saying? I work a lot, you know, about 6-7 days a week. I'm always busy. So one day, you know, I'm not really talking to her, I guess you could say, or really just having a conversation. So she hits me one day and she's like, I want to FaceTime. But you know, in my mind, you know what I'm saying, you know, I'm looking like this, you know, my hair done now. But in the time, you know, I was looking rough. And she was just like, whatever, I don't care, I just want to see your face. So I'm like, alright, bet, cool, you know, alright, whatever. And we FaceTimed each other. And before we could even get a word out, you know, it was just kind of like we just, you know what I mean, mentally, you know, spiritually, we just came together that moment, you know. And I know it sounds weird from a first conversation, not really, and talking to somebody who you don't know, but you know, everybody know when it's the person. And I honestly knew that moment that she was my wife.
Well, I want to stop this here. If any of you guys been watching me for a while, y'all know I did an interview about a month ago with Eric and Bill. And I don't know if y'all know, they actually just met each other, I think they said earlier this year, and they actually just got married in October. So it's funny too, because he's a black man and she's from Barranquilla, which is one of the reasons why I've kind of been influenced to go, because after that interview with that couple, I was just like, I gotta go to Colombia, man. I'm like, just seeing how Bill treats him, just in that little, a little over an hour of interviewing them, I was just kind of like, nah, I have to go to Colombia first. I gotta go to Colombia first. So, you know what I mean? I'm really not against that. I mean, it's like, when you know, you know. Like, if you, and you know what, Kevin Samuels was the same way. And in my personal opinion, I don't think you should really waste a whole lot of time. You know what I mean? And if you're not gonna do anything seriously off the rip, then you should be honest with that woman up front and let her know what's up. You know what I mean? So that way, in the long run, she can't sit over here and point the finger at you. You know what I mean? Because you know women don't like accountability. You know they allergic to that shit. Let's keep it moving.
Before I could even speak her language. So yeah, I knew that moment that she was my wife, literally. But I understood that in order to do that, I have to take it serious, and I can't play with it. I'm gonna just have to follow my heart and just hit the ground running. So that's what I did. And I didn't have a passport or nothing. Got a passport. Just continue talking to her every single day, and then I realized that I would find us on the phone for like 24 hours a day. Like, we would literally be on the phone 24 hours a day. Like I said, at the time, my Spanish really wasn't up to par. So as we would FaceTime, we would just text so that way we could have an actual conversation. So eventually, I got me as Spanish for Dummies book, and I just acquired the language. I submersed myself into the language, I guess you could say, just as far as listening to Spanish music, watching Spanish talk shows, having regular conversations with Latino or Hispanic people just when I'm out and about, just so I can learn the language. And then at the same time talking to her as well and listening to her conversations. That's how I was really able to acquire learning Spanish. And I learned Spanish in literally less than 6 months. So you could do anything you put your mind to.
I want to stop right there, man, because he is 100% correct, man. Because let me tell you, I really haven't even had the time to learn as much as I've wanted to learn, because there's just so much other stuff going on. But between that, the time, the little bit of time that I have had to get a little bit better is definitely starting to show. I've had a few videos here recently where I'm, speaking Spanish, and also watching Ace Live videos, man, believe it or not, man, that's actually helped improve my Spanish also, because the more I hear other people speak Spanish, because I want to be able to hold conversations. And one of my things I have trouble with is comprehending other people speaking Spanish to me versus me speaking it to them. You know what I mean? And like, as far as reading go, I can read Spanish very well. I mean, obviously that's a lot different, but you'd be surprised. A lot of people have struggle with pronunciation in terms of words. You know what I mean? Because I understand the alphabet, from school, escuela. I know how to pronounce words. If you show the words in front of me, I know exactly how to pronounce them just by looking at them, because I'm familiar with the alphabet. All right, let's keep it moving.
Like I said, she lives in Dominican Republic. I live in North Carolina, so of course we have a long distance relationship, but it works for us, in the moment, and we have a great relationship. So, anything is possible. But if you want to learn Spanish, I encourage you to definitely just immerse yourself into it. Anything is possible. You could do it. Tú sabes que lo que como tú estás. And so, of course, I travel back and forth from the United States to the Dominican Republic. It just depends on the time. When I do go see my wife. So the first time I went, I was there for about 2 months, a month and a half, 2 months, and I had made that decision and told myself that if everything was the same on the phone and just, everything, the vibes, everything is there while I'm there for a month and a half, then I'm going to marry this woman, because I can see my life and my future with her. So that's what I did. I went out there for a month and a half solo, and at that time, my Spanish really wasn't that good. I could have a little conversation, un chen aquí, un poco aquí, pero realmente no. And so, after that, I went for a month and a half, 2 months, came back, worked for 6 months, and then I went back in June of 2021, and I'm going back in January in 2 weeks, actually, so we could celebrate our 1 year wedding anniversary.
All right, that's the end of the video, you guys. yo, shout out to him. I'll make sure I leave the link and what have you, man. So if you guys want to see it in full yourself. Somebody, yeah, also sent me another video. Same guy, but the video quality isn't as good as this one. I mean, the quality of this one isn't that great either, but this was better than the other one. And I really wanted to show y'all the other one because it actually has. Matter of fact, I'll just leave the link to that one as well. All right. So I mean, the quality is bad, but at least you'll kind of get an idea of the girl that he's dealing with. I mean, she ain't bad looking. But yeah, man, enjoyed the story. Shout out to the subscriber that sent me this. I'm not sure if it's this person in particular, but if this is you, man, I appreciate you sending this. I appreciate you sending your story. If anybody else has any stories like this, please email me. The email is in the description. All right, foreign testimonials. All right. Let me know what y'all think about this one, all right? If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. And hit the like button because that was with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.